So Scotland crash out of their first major tournament in 23 years, 1 point from their 3 games. Really disappointing from them. I'll ask you the question, would you have liked to see them in the next round?
I actually would have.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what it is, but I want the other home nations to win.
Just not do better than England, but just go through.
No, I wouldn't even mind if it did better. But for some reason, they both hate us. But I still like him even now.
That's for another day, isn't it? To dissect why they hate us so much. 35-year-old Luka Modric, that was just an amazing goal that he scored. Tell us about the finish and how difficult that is on the outside of your boot.
That's probably, I'd say, for a normal footballer, that's the most difficult finish, to get that power and that control from the outside of your foot. But Luka Modric, he's probably the only other player I've seen is Zinedine Zidane. Like, he's better with the outside of his foot. He gets more control with the outside of his foot than the inside of his foot. So when I've seen that this morning on the TV, I was not surprised one bit.
In March, he became Croatia's record cap holder, so that stands now at 141 appearances. Also, last night, scoring that goal made him the oldest Croatian to score at a Euros, and also, when he scored his first one, made him the youngest. He's just had his career is very glittering, isn't it? And you know him because you played with him. Tell us about what he was like, because in my head, I feel like he must be one of these mad trainers that's constantly at it, but you're shaking your head.
Yeah, no, he's just got natural ability. He's got God-given talent, and the biggest thing I'd say about him is he knows how to use his body. I'm not going full Yaya Toure and starting to talk about his bum, but...
Oh, we'll get to that.
But when he first came at Spurs, he was skinny, he was small. People didn't think he'd be able to get up to speed and up to the physical demands of the Premier League, but what he does is he uses his body well. When he's dribbling with the ball, he makes sure he won't go shoulder to shoulder with the defender. He'd make sure he'd run across the defender. So when the inevitable contact happens, he draws free kicks, he draws fouls. So not only has he got God-given talent, but in his mind, he's very smart as a footballer. That
kind of talent as well to be around every day, how difficult is it to learn from that? Because like you say, it's almost quite individual to the body type and the sort of person he is.
For myself, I think when he first came in, I was just about training with the first team. I don't remember how old I was, but I used to sit there and watch him, and I was just in awe. Like, some of the stuff he'd do in training, it's just, for him, it's just standard outside of the foot, round the corner. But for me, I was like, wow, this guy is special. And I'd go back to the youth team, I'd go back to the reserves, and I'd start to try and play with the outside of my foot. And it never went to my teammate.
Who's the most, when you talk about these real, like, big talents that you just knock about with around training, who's the one that stands out? I imagine he's one of them, but is there one greater that you just used to watch all the time?
In terms of natural ability, that is a tough question to throw at me.
Sorry. Do you want some time to think about it?
I'd probably say Wilf Zaha, the player I'm playing with now, yeah. He's just natural talent. Like, I'd spend hours on the training pitch. I'd spend hours before the game trying to focus on the game, and then I look across and he's doing something silly on his phone, he's playing a game, or he's making jokes, or he's dancing. So it's just natural talent, and he steps on the field, couple of step overs, puts it in the top corner.